Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PAL. It is the Cage Rattler 225 here at Bristol. 12th race in the season. After this, we have one more to go, and we will crown your champion. On pole, making his PAL racing return as none other than Mr. Daniel Honeycutt, your Iowa winner from this season. Let's go ahead and get Daniel up into the booth. Hey, Daniel, this is Noah up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yep, I'm here.
Well, Daniel, here you are back at PAL making your return from a two-race break, and you come back already back in that Daniel Honeycutt stride, putting that car on the pole. How do you feel about breaking that tie and becoming the winningest driver in PAL?
I feel pretty good about tonight, and usually fast on these short tracks. Can't wait to get back out there and put on a good show.
Absolutely, Daniel. Go ahead and tell us here at home, all of the fans, as we approach the final race in the season. We'll have a nice off season for Thanksgiving and Christmas. What are your plans for the off time with that New Year's coming up? And then what is your goal as we go into season 3 in 2025?
Well, probably work and spend as much time as I can eating and then enjoying the off season, but excited to kind of get back at it next season and hopefully go after that championship. I feel like I've won everything else but the championship so far in this series, so that's definitely on the bucket list to do for next season.
Absolutely, Daniel. We're always cheering you on. And again, you, like you mentioned, you have a win this year at Iowa. You've dominated the Corn Hub 188. Currently tied with Jacob Alicia right now for the most wins in PALracing. Looking to pick up a 5th career win. Could it happen right here at Bristol?
I'd like to think so. Like I said, short tracks are something good to me, so hopefully I can stay out of trouble. I don't know how much of a caution fest this could be, if any. I mean, I don't know how a lot of these guys are going to drive around here, but I know how I am and just hope to keep this thing up front.
All righty, thank you so much, Daniel. Happy to have you back. Maybe we'll talk to you again later.
All right, thank you.
We'll send Daniel back down. Coming back from that, I believe, about 3 race hiatus. Making his return here in PALracing. He is on the inside to his outside. The man who, if he gets out of here cleanly and has another average day at Darlington next week, will have already clinched the championship. He's right there in that zone. Jacob Alicia in that 31 machine. Then row 2, you got Douglas Henry and Jonathan Green, a pair of cousins. Jonathan Green, this might be his best career qualifying in PALracing. Behind him, you have Chris Warren, Raymond Wimmer making up row 3. Row 4, Greg Jodiet and Ethan Walker. Row 5, Joe Houston, Gary Smoke. Row 6, Jacob Pettit, Aaron Warren. Row 7, John Schoenbachler and Samuel Lang. Row 8, Mark Averett, Timothy Perriman. Row 9, Aiden Gould, Michael Brooks. And rounding up the field right there at the tail end is Luke Chadwick. Ladies and gentlemen, 225 laps here at Bristol. The fuel in these cars here is exactly halfway. So, are we going to see guys try to save those tires extra hard and make it a one-stop shop? Or are we going to see some tire strategy come into play and see multiple pit stops? We won't know for sure, but as the pace truck dives off, we're going to go ahead and get our go time music. Green flag is away. Out we go. Daniel Honeycutt, Jacob Alicia, and Douglas Henry, Chris Warren, Jonathan Green. And as they come around to complete that first lap, the Cage Rattler 225 is underway. Second to last race of the season, baby. It's on. Alrighty, we have Daniel Honeycutt extending that lead to right around a car length and a half, but he is going to plow in turn 1. Exit of turn 2, a little bit rough. Jacob Alicia right there within 2 car lengths. And we have a caution, I believe. Samuel Lang is around exit of turn 2. Big right front damage on that machine. We'll have to take a look at the replay. He was battling right around 15th. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what the replay does give us. Samuel Lang, back bumper of Timothy Perryman. Slight contact going down the front stretch. This is where the incident occurred. Oh, just that rear end steps out all by himself, but keeps it collected. Caution comes out. I'm not sure where that right front damage might have came from. Green flag back out. Daniel Honeycutt doesn't get a great jump. He actually just looks like he went green when the green flag was displayed, but he still is going to be able to pull away and clear Jacob Alicia. Jacob still right there with that 1 car length gap. Charges 3 and 4 a little bit harder, and is now within half a car length of Daniel Honeycutt as they go into turn 1. Again, 225 laps. You got a lot of time to work with. Got pit stops to look forward to. You got tire strategy to come into play. So you don't need to necessarily be pushing it that hard. But if you're towards the rear, there's nothing wrong with getting a little bit of early track position. That's Joe Houston right there in the 3 car leader, the outside of Raymond Wimber. This is a pass for 4th. Joe Houston to the outside. Bristol can get away with running both lanes. I'm really worried about the tire wear. These guys are going to be running different tire cycles. Different strategies are going to come into play, but I assume everybody towards the front is going to be running a little bit harder, trying to keep that track position, and probably short pit this fuel cycle and take advantage of the 3 extra sets of tires they do get. Joe Houston is going to make his way into 4th, and is now following that 66 of Douglas Henry. I believe we might have had an issue with Mr. Mark Averett. He's down on pit road, heavy front end damage. We might have a replay. He is going to exit. Let's take a look, see what might have happened to Mark. It's like coming out of turn 2, car gets sideways, smacks the wall. Because he's off the racing surface, it doesn't bring out the caution. I believe he probably just gets that car towed. He actually is going to get back rolling straight, and I believe just pulls it down pit road. So odd that it didn't bring out a caution, but you can see why. Douglas Henry looked to the inside of Jacob Alicia. It didn't happen, and we have a caution. And Samuel Lang has spun in the same part of the track again. He is going to reset the car. Let's take a look at the replay and see what happened to Samuel. It might have been the same exact thing we were talking about pre-race. He's been a really long day. He's on long hours in a car ride, 12-hour day. Oh! That car snaps right, gets into the wall. I believe Aaron Warren may have damage from that. Unsure. He did head down pit road. Maybe it was just to fix damage. Aaron Warren now exiting pit road. He's going to be coming out 3 laps down. Daniel Honeycutt, good jump. Look at Jacob Alicia. He's on the outside. Douglas Henry to the bottom. Douglas Henry looking like he wants to take away that second position. But Jacob Alicia, big run to that outside. He almost puts himself to the outside of Daniel Honeycutt. As they head down the backstretch, Jacob Alicia is going to defend P2, and he's going to continue to roll the top. Jacob Alicia may be going for the lead here at Bristol. I thought he was going to pull a crossover, but he's going to end back up in line. Oh, look at those guys driving off into the corner on that high line. Daniel Honeycutt went into defense mode, and meanwhile, Aiden Gould is making the pass for P3. He got around Joe Houston, and he is going to get around Douglas Henry. Aiden Gould looking for 3 wins in a row. Gets to P3 here at Bristol. Still a lot of race left right now. But these guys are getting racy. This is how important track position here at Bristol is. All these guys right here in the top 5 showcasing the different lines you're going to run. Look at Jody at dirt tracking it off the corner. And he's already trying to look to the outside of Aiden Gould. It is 4 cars at the moment underneath a blanket. Douglas Henry now to the inside of Greg Jodiet. Douglas Henry has been real quiet the last handful of weeks, averaging right outside that top 3, sometimes just a hair outside the top 5, winning your DeBaby car 225 at the beginning of the season. came so close to winning the Talladega Derby and is now trying to defend that second place in points. He finished third in points last season. He's looking to do one better. Still don't believe he's going to be able to come close to catching Alicia, but second in points is more money for sure. And he needs to defend Aiden Gould for that. Aiden Gould, in the meantime, did get around Jacob Alicia as Douglas Henry begins to work on that 31. Or did he burn those tires up? It's unsure how. He might be struggling with that car, but we have a caution, and it may be your inaugural Talladega Derby winner, Luke Chadwick. Bit of front-end damage on that 9 car. We may see something similar to what happened to Samuel Lang. Let's go take a look at Luke. Chadwick inside of John Schoenbachler. Comes up off the corner, just not ready for John to be that low. And that's a simple mistake at a track like this. It's going to result the same way every time.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. Away we go. Daniel Honeycutt gets a good jump. And now Douglas Henry is looking to the inside of Aiden Gould. And it will be a side-by-side battle. I'm sure both of these guys will not give it up. Aiden Gould might actually be able to wrap that top really well and get a run on Daniel Honeycutt. Yes, he does, right to the rear bumper of the 72. Does he pull down? He might have made slight contact, but Aiden Gould looks to the lead, looks low. He is going to give it up. He will fall back into second. And now Greg Jodian is working on that high side of Douglas Henry down the front stretch. Douglas Henry on the bottom. Greg Jodian and then 19 up top. And they are just about even, but I believe Greg Jodian may just get the clear out of turn 4. Yes, he will. Greg Jodian drives his way into the top 3. Alrighty, Jacob Alicia has tore his way through the field on those 50-lap fresher tires to the inside of Joe Houston. Down the front stretch. Was this the correct strategy call to make? We'll have to see. Again, I don't believe he's still to the good on fuel. He might have to pull off another pit stop. With that pit stop comes another set of tires he can put on. He may be sitting pretty. Will strategy be what wins him his 5th career win? To the inside, just about even as they go through 1 and 2. We'll see how they exit nearly door to door. That top line, though, even with 50 lap older, it would be 30 lap older tires, is able to get a really good rotation. They can actually come close to touching there, but I'm not worried about it. These guys, both really good wheelmen, right there on the edge. Still side by side. Daniel getting really hairy off the corner. But Alicia will make the pass, and Jacob Alicia will drive his way into the lead here at Bristol. Real tight there. Alicia to the inside of Houston and Gould. 17 of Chris Warren. He's trying to get a lap back. Trying to pass Alicia for it. Oh, big stack up there. Warren will get into Aiden Gould. Aiden 180s the car. I was caught off guard by that. Chris Warren gets to the back of Aiden Gould. Jonathan Green got congested on that top line. And somehow the caution does not come out after a 360 from Aiden Gould. Let's look at the replay. Watch Jonathan Green on that top line. Bounces off the wall. Aiden Gould's going to run into him. Come down, make contact. Let's grab the replay again. Keep an eye on Jonathan Green on that high line. He's going to come up and grab the wall here. Aiden not ready for that. Bounces off. I think Joe Houston makes contact. Pushes Gould down into Chris Warren. Does Aiden keep it off the wall? Yes, he does. Watch this 360 spin. Catches the car. Keeps going. Absolutely amazing driving. Jacob Alicia now just has 3 other cars to lap down everybody on track. We'll see how they have to cycle back out once he does his pit stop. It's go time for all of these guys on these fresh tires. Try to out-cycle Jacob Alicia. I think everybody right now is a little unsure about where they'll cycle out. Maybe Jacob Alicia put some scare on these guys. Look at Aiden Gould. Now he's down on pit road. Here comes Daniel Honeycutt. He enters pit road. Daniel Honeycutt will be the last driver on that main pit strategy to come get some fresh ones, leaving Jacob Alicia out and Ethan Walker as well. He's about 9 seconds off of Alicia. You can see where his tires have begun to fall off and that speed begins to drop. All these guys getting laps back on Alicia. Nobody is on the lead lap with the exception of Ethan Walker, who was part of his cycle. But it might look like Jacob Alicia laps Ethan Walker because that is the car right in front of him. Jacob Pettit gets around and is now only 2 down. Oh my gosh, contact between Ethan and Jacob Alicia. That might be the end of the night. For Jacob Alicia, that was heavy nose damage. That might not kill the car, but that will end the day early for Alicia with hopes of winning. Oh my gosh. Let's take a look at the replay. What just happened? Jacob Alicia following Ethan Walker into the corner. Ethan Walker comes off the wall, down, nowhere to go, catches Alicia. And that's going to be front-end damage for the 31. Ethan Walker's engine blew, but it appears Jacob Alicia is still good. But that is going to hurt him. All the EOL cars are on that bottom line. It's a little weird, a little odd, but it's iRacing. And Jacob Alicia has the lead. The cars in front of him, Jacob Pettit, as well as Chris Warren, are a lap down. So Chris will fall back if Jacob stays out front. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Honeycutt and Alicia. Alicia trying to save it. Honeycutt runs up in the wall into him, and it's Carnage. Alicia around, Houston involved, and I think they're still wrecking. Houston and Warren wrecked down towards the inside of the track. What is going on, guys? Greg Jodiet scores your leader. Daniel Honeycutt has a little bit of damage, a little bit more than a little bit. Quite a bit of damage. Douglas Henry's clean. Jacob Alicia, more damage. iRacing, what is going on? We have replays to look at. Let's look at them. We'll try to go slow-mo and analyze what. So look, there's the contact between Honeycutt and Alicia. Alicia misses the corner, comes up off the apron. Jonathan Green gets into the back bumper of the 72, sends him up into Alicia. Houston nowhere to go. Little bit of contact with Daniel. Comes down the track. I think Aiden Gould's just going to barely miss these guys. But Aaron Warren nowhere to go on the bottom. Contact with Greg Jodiet. Aaron Warren into Alicia. He's out of control at this point. Comes back up the track. Gets into Houston. And they turn down to the wall. There's going to be heavy contact there with the front end of the 17. I think Houston might be fine. Gary seems to get away okay. And this is just an insane Bristol race, and we blame it all on iRacing.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are green flag. Away we go. Greg Jodiet gets a good jump. Douglas Henry to the outside. Gould will fall into third. Honeycutt is now battling Alicia for fourth. They go through turns 3 and 4. Honeycutt to the inside of Alicia. They're even coming up off the corner. Watch these guys drive. Meanwhile, Aiden Gould making his way into second. He looked like he wanted to go 3 wide middle for the lead, but that car stepped out, had to catch it, and here comes Honeycutt. Try to put the pass. Gould's going to shut the door. He's going to hang on to third. Daniel Honeycutt into fourth. Jacob Alicia falls back to fifth, and Greg Jodiet holds on to this lead, but for how long? Because here comes Douglas Henry charging. Looks to the inside, has a corner panel. We'll see how he's able to wrap the bottom. We've seen that top line get a really good run on exit. Oh, Gould around sideways. Might have had some help. Gets that car stopped, and we stay green. The caution flag was not displayed. Now the caution comes out because he was stopped right there on the racing surface as Joe Houston and Aaron Warren came around. Oh, my gosh. Guys, I can't believe it. What is going on? This is Bristol, baby. Let's go watch the replay. Aiden Gould. And you'll see just what happened. So here he is through turns 3 and 4. We were watching that back end step out previously. A little bit too much on exit. Watch these guys do a good job at missing. I mean, Daniel comes so close. You can see he's off the throttle. So close to having contact. But now he has to back up the car here. Actually, the car about backs up itself. Has to try to get back going straight. Trying to get out of the way. Here comes Joe and Aaron. And that is what brings out the caution. You got Jacob Pettit, Gary Smoke back there. 7th, 8th.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. Here we go. Back green. Douglas Henry. Good job. Daniel Honeycutt stays on that high side. We'll see what kind of exit he can get off the corner. And it is just about a 2-car length lead. Now down to 1. Daniel Honeycutt still doing a really good job at rolling that top side. Gets a really good exit. And pulls up into Doug. Doug clears himself off of Daniel Honeycutt. That could have been a lot worse. But Daniel keeps the run going. Makes the pass for the lead. That definitely was unintentional. But Douglas Henry will now have to hold off Aiden Gould, as Aiden Gould will go around that top side on those fresh tires and now begins to run down Daniel Honeycutt. So Douglas Henry falls back to 3rd with rocketing it off that top line. Aiden Gould all over the back bumper of Daniel Honeycutt. He looks really quick. Oh my gosh, he got to the back of Daniel Honeycutt. Daniel Honeycutt goes around. That definitely was unintentional, but you hate to see it. As they go through turns 1 and 2, Aiden's going to get a really good run here on Daniel. And as he goes to throttle up in the corner, he's just accelerating quicker and going quicker than the 72. I mean, I know for a fact that it's just definitely unintentional, but very unfortunate for the 72 who just cannot catch a break. He'll come down. He won't actually make that heavy of contact, just a little bit of the right rear. Pettit. Under green flag. Here we go. Aiden Gould almost clears himself off to the 66. I thought Doug might have tapped the wall there a little bit. But Aiden is going to hang on and hold on to that lead. Jacob Pettit on that outside of Raymond Wimmer back there in that white car. Rolls the top. He's going to drive his way into 4th. Following Alicia into the corner. Alicia into the bottom. Jacob Pettit up top. And that's a battle for 3rd as Jacob Pettit will roll right on by Alicia. Aiden Gould begins to pull away. Pettit, same tires as Henry right now. A little bit older than Gould's. Jacob Pettit looking to the outside of Douglas Henry. And Jacob Pettit might just drive his way into 2nd spot. Yes, he will. From 5th to 2nd, he's going to get it done and now begins to try to run down Aiden Gould, who does have fresher tires. 10 laps to go now here at Bristol. The Cage Rattler 225. We've had some cages rattled for sure. Doug getting really close to getting alongside Jacob Pettit. Douglas Henry now to the inside of Jacob Pettit. Down the front stretch, they're even. Through turns 1 and 2. By the way, Greg Jodiet is on the lead lap. This could end up being a 3-car battle here. How hard will Pettit drive to hang on to this top 3? Another set of corners. I believe Douglas Henry will clear. And Greg Jodiet will begin to work on that 42. 3 wide in the corner. Joe Houston down there on the bottom. Joe hanging on the top 10 right now. He will complete the race there in 10th. Douglas Henry will clear, and here comes Greg Jodiet trying to follow through on that bottom line. Greg Jodiet trying to make the pass on Jacob Pettit. Jacob Pettit trying to hang on to that 3rd place position. But he will have to give it up. Jacob Pettit will fall to 4th. And Aiden Gould is now looking for his 3rd career win, for 3 wins in a row, trying to make history. Other drivers have came close, but nobody is going to succeed like him. Aiden Gould through turns 1 and 2 through the final time, looking to be the first to do it, looking to make PALracing history. Through turns 3 and 4, Mr. Aiden Gould will win 3 in a row. The Cage Rattler 225 is his.
Good shit. What a fucking race. I think it was gonna be that hard.
Eighth.
What was that, Joe?
As I finished 8th.
That's good. Joe?
Yeah.
How we doing, Joe?
10th.
Ah.
Aiden Gould and his team all taking home a nice top 10 day. John Schoenbachler 8th, Joe Houston 10th. And Aiden Gould will be the one to burn it down 3 in a row for the man from the Next Era Alliance. Surely he's got to be within grasp of that second place and points position. That's a fat check to bring home. Aiden Gould, the Cage Rattler 225 winner, begins to burn it down here at Bristol. A big win for him. He said, we're going to come in here, we're going to make it 3 in a row. He comes, oh, Aaron Warren right there in front of him. Let's go ahead and talk to him. Aiden, no one in the booth.
My burnout ain't done yet.
Okay, hurry up and blow that engine, boy.
Still going. Still going. Still going. Goddamn, 350. Let's go. Now it's done. Alright. Go on, man.
There we go, Aiden. Well, buddy, 3 in a row, man. How do you feel?
Now, that is what you call pure drive talent. I was like 2 laps down at one point. Got in the wreck that wasn't a caution, which is kind of BS. But it all worked out at the end. Still, the issue with Honeycut's still my fault. But I feel like that we were definitely a top 3 car, and we showed it all day.
Aiden, let's talk about that incident you had there, I believe on that backstretch going into turn 3. I think it might have been off of Jonathan Green. Anyways, you got that car pitched sideways, 360, and saved it entering turn 3. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there. I think the 5 got Tylenol, and then we were all like in a box, so I kind of like lifted it, and I think the person behind me didn't check up in time and just got into me and then just spun around. But hey, the optionals was only 10 seconds, so that's what really kept us in it. So.
Absolutely. Well, Aiden, congratulations, buddy. I think this is going to put you right there within range to capitalize at Darlington and come home with that P2 in points. P2 in points, of course, brings you home with a total of $80, man. How does it feel that you could come going into Christmas break with $80 in your wallet?
Feels like I need to buy some new shoes, that's for sure.
Alrighty, Aiden, congratulations, buddy. 3 in a row, the first to do it. You make PAL history. We look forward to seeing you at our season finale next week at Darlington.
All right, man. We're going for 4 in a row now.
Oh, okay. We'll send Aiden down. He calls the shot. He goes, we're going to go to 4 in a row. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for joining us for this week. It was the Cage Rattler 225 at Bristol. What a finish. Aiden Gould makes history, wins 3 in a row. Join us next week for what will be the PALracing Season 2 finale at Darlington. Has Jacob Alicia locked up the points? Or can Aiden Gould win 4 in a row and make that pass for the win? We'll have to see. We'll have to take a look at the points. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all next week. Same time, same place.